to my Christmas special premiere. I hope you are comfy because we are in for a treat. Today, you have seen the thumbnail, that's why you're here. We are going to be building some Christmassy houses, some mountainside chalets. I'd also like to say thanks for the recent support on my 1.18 hardcore series. It's so nice to see people commenting and building a community, so thank you for that. And before we get into today's build, you might need leather boots, very stylish, to stop you sinking into powdered snow. But with that, let's get into it. You'll need to find yourself a nice place to build, a nice place where you'll have a view and somewhere that you can live in. I've had to clear some trees from this area and also make the hillside look a bit less dirty. But once you've found your location, you're going to need polished andesite, stone and stone bricks. Let's start with our polished andesite and mark out the floor plan for this house. The first building is 7 by 7, so you're going to want to place one andesite block and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone and another polished andesite. Right, there we go. There is our first square of the house. And now we're going to add in the next one. The next one comes 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, out from here. And it's only 5 by 5, so we're just going to need to place 3 blocks of stone in between, and it's going to connect up the back like that. Now we want to flatten these out a bit, so bring up the stone. This is pretty good. Now we don't want polished andesite blocks on every single corner, we want one every 2 blocks. So we're going to have a pattern that goes up like that. So starting at the base of your build, make sure that everything, so this one's going to be empty, that everything is aligned. And this looks pretty good. Around the front here we want to bring this one, in fact no, this will be our bottom block here, and we will get rid of these. And there we go. Get rid of these 2 blocks. That is the stone foundation in place for these builds. Okay, so as far as the stone base, you can really go as high as you want. I'm going to go about 6 blocks, maybe a bit more with this one. It depends on your environment and whether you're building on the side of a cliff or not. Just make sure that this one on the left is 2 blocks, sorry, this one on the right is 2 blocks shorter than the one on the left. And then you just want to build up these sides just like that, and then we will build up the other side. Right, so that's pretty good, but I think I'm going to bring both of these up by 1. Okay, that is the last block. These should be good to build our houses on top of. Nope, I completely forgot about one thing, and that is the stone bricks. We want to texture this surface with stone bricks. Just wherever the stone is, don't replace the andesite, but replace the stone, and this will give it a nice sort of rough look. And do that on all the sides. And this is the last side done, and now we can add the houses on top. Right, so for the frames of the house, you're going to need spruce stairs, spruce trapdoors, and stripped spruce logs. And we're just going to build up the frame. So on all sides, alternate spruce stairs and spruce trapdoors, starting with stairs and trapdoors, and just go along the side of the build, switching these 2 out. Same on this side here. Now when these 2 builds overlap, you only need to fill the frame where they meet. When they join, you don't want to add one here because we're going to have logs that go through here. So don't put one there. And here, don't put one here either. So where they overlap, just cut off the trim. Now we can add the stripped spruce logs, and you want to bring these up 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. Oh. And do that on all sides. Now for this side over here, just bring this up from there and then keep going another 5. just like that, and that log will act as the frame for both this small house and this house up here. Right, and there's the spruce logs in place. Now you can connect these guys just like that on all sides, and down on this smaller platform as well. Now for here, you can bring this one all the way across, and you can make the pillar that would have been there if there wasn't a house here. We're going to do something with the entrance here, so don't build this pillar down, just leave it as the one block there. And all these sides should be connected, except for that little bit there. Now we can add the detailing. So in each corner of each wall, add a stair and 2 trapdoors. On the roof as well, you want to add a stair and 2 trapdoors, and you'll get a nice round oval look. Same here, except you only want to add the trapdoors down on the top side. On the bottom, just add the trapdoor in the middle and leave it like that. Repeat this on all sides of the build. Okay, now the frame is in place and we can add the terracotta. Okay, so the 4 blocks, sorry, that we're going to use for this next part, you can choose your own colors. I've chosen red and yellow. You will need the concrete block, so I've got red concrete, and then another color which I've chosen yellow, and then you will need the terracotta counterpart for each of those, just for texturing. So we have sort of a lighter one and then a darker one, just to make it look a bit worn. And you can choose any color you want. You could choose blue or green, purple, but I think red and yellow do a good job of standing out against the snow. So first thing you want to do is fill in the corners just like that, and then round the front bring the terracotta, wrap it round and leave a 2x3 hole at the front for a bay window essentially, and then you can come in with the terracotta and texture it, and it just makes it look a bit more detailed. And do this on all sides. For this side, however, we're going to have 2 windows, so bring the bottom and the top over, and then connect the middle and leave space for 2 tall windows. You can choose which size windows you want and where you want them to be. It doesn't really matter, but if you're not sure what to do, just do these 2 windows on each side. For this side, we're just going to come up and come over the top, and we're going to leave a 3 wide entrance into this smaller section here. And now you can texture to your heart's content on all these sides. And now we can do the walls for this smaller one. We just want to leave a 1x2 space on each side for windows, and fill in the corners as well. And you don't have to leave a gap for windows on all sides. And oh, look at that, it's snowing. Wow, isn't that magical? And sorry if I sound a bit rusty, I haven't recorded one of these tutorials for a while, so just forgive me if I forget things or have to go back and change things. Weather clear. Okay, and now we will go on to the next step. Okay, so put your concrete blocks to the side because you will need those later. And the first thing we're going to do is fill in this little gap that I left here accidentally. Whoops. You will need a stair, the 2 trapdoors, if I can get the other one in. There we go. And that stair there, as it would have been if this was a whole side. But now we are going to add the second layer, the roof, essentially. So for the big build, you want to come out with 3 stairs forming a corner, and you want to do this on each side. 1, 2, 3. Make sure they face towards the middle. Side here, you can do the same. Just destroy that snow. Okay, now you can place an upside down stair on each one of these, and we're going to go up by 1 block and 1 stair. So then add another upside down stair, block, stair, stair, block, stair, stair, and again 2 blocks, 2 stairs, and then when you meet in the middle, an upside down stair, a block, and a stair facing inwards. And that is our tall roof. For these sides here, you want to just come up with stairs, the average diagonal roof. You just want to come up, upside down stair, normal stair, upside down stair, normal stair, until you meet in the middle, do an upside down stair, and a normal stair just like that, and you get that diagonal roof. On this side, again, this is lining up with this roof, so just repeat what I did for that roof with the block, stair, stair, and again, when you meet in the middle, upside down stair, block, and inward facing stair. On this side, you can add the diagonal roof, just like we did on that side there. That is that roof done. Now, this next roof is going to be a bit difficult because it sort of overlaps with this side here. Obviously, this is the difficulty with having 2 buildings next to each other, and also the design is a bit different, but you can start with the 3 stairs in each corner. Now, for these 2 sides, this side you won't be able to do anything, but this side you can come out like that. We'll start with the middle one here. You want to come up with an upside down stair on each side, a slab, a block, 2 stairs on top of those, so it's curving towards the middle, upside down stair, block, and then inward facing stair. And this is the design I use on a lot of my roofs, and you just want to repeat this on every side. For this front side, however, it will be a bit different. Just go from one side and fill in as much of the other side. These 2 stairs will align. It does look a bit weird, but don't worry. And then just come under here and fill in all that you can. That is about all you can do for that side, so just leave it. It does look a bit weird because they're overlapping, but that's fine. Now you want to repeat it on this side. Slab, block, 2 stairs on top of here. Meet in the middle with an upside down stair, block, and an inward facing stair. And that is the roofs all in place. Now that we have the blocks on us, we might as well fill in the second level, I guess. So come up with two logs here. You can fill in the space for another window just with that 2x1 hole in the middle, and then add another 2 logs on top of that. So essentially we come up 1 2 1 2 1 2 with a window in the middle. Now repeat this on the other side. Come up 1 2 1 2 on each side. Make that space for the window 4 blocks tall with a 1x2 gap in the middle and another 2 spruce logs on the top. And that is our front. Obviously you can texture this however you like. And for the outside, on this spruce beam here, I'm going to add 2 stairs, a trapdoor in the middle, 2 trapdoors facing outwards, and then place a trapdoor off of each one of those and flick it up, just like that, and then put one on the inside, and another one above that, and then in the middle here, a trapdoor, and that sort of rounds off our little section up here and creates a border for it. It's a little wonky down at the bottom here, but that sort of adds a bit of shape, and you can now repeat this on the other side. For these diagonal roofs, you could fit in a window, but I've chosen not to, so just fill in blocks like that and then texture it if you want, or you should texture it, and then just repeat the same on the other side, just like that. And now essentially this house is done. Aside from the roof, the windows and the interior, this left building is done. And it started snowing again. Let's me get rid of that. Okay, the snow, I've stopped it, and this side doesn't really have a whole second level because it's just a smaller building. So all you need to add is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks just like that on each side, and then you can texture them, and then that is ready for the next step. Okay, the next step is just adding windows. So most of these 2x1 halls can just be filled with 2 panes of your choice. I've chosen white stained glass panes just because they match the snow. But for this 2x3 window, and if you've chosen to add any other 2x3 windows on this build, you want to add 2 white stained glass in the middle and then panes either side, just so it's not boring. So it's got a bit of depth and a bit of texture. As for the other sides though, just fill them in with glass panes on every side. Okay, and now we can add the roof. Okay, so for the roof, I wanted to choose a block that looked like snow, so it looked like the roofs were piled up with snow. Now you can use any block. I would advise not using snow just because it will blend in too much with the snow around it. I've used calcite because it has a similar texture, but it's a bit more detailed. So yeah, you can choose any white block. I've experimented with diorite and quartz and the rest of it, and it looks alright, but I will be using calcite. Okay, for this big roof, we essentially follow the same pattern as the stairs. We just go up by 2 blocks at a time, all the way to the top, and then all the way back down to the bottom. But then of course we have to match it up with this diagonal roof here, which goes up by 1, and obviously these 2 roofs are different, and so joining these can be difficult, but it helps if you fill in 1 layer just behind the stairs, which is what I'm doing now, so that you get an idea of how the roof will look. Okay, so now that you've filled in 1 block back from all of these stairs with your roof block, or calcite if you've chosen to use that, now you want to bring back the diagonal roof, not the bottom block, but the 3 blocks above that. Just bring them back by 1, just like that, and then connect these with a block in the middle, and that should essentially pretty much fill it in for you. Then you can just come out with this one and fill in around what we've already placed, so you can see it connects now. And then you will have to place a block there, and then the top ones are you just connect them, no fancy business, and that's 1 whole side done. I will show you another side. So obviously bring out these 5 blocks on the top back by 1, connect it both sides, and then fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 block in the middle, and then you can fill in this last layer of blocks, and there is our roof for the red building. Now we're going to do the same for this building over here, but with a slightly easier roof design. So for this corner, you just want to add 3 blocks for a corner, then come up here, add 5 blocks for a corner, and then connect these 2. You can leave this block out technically, and just do your best. Obviously this roof here, I didn't plan for these to meet so inconveniently, but they do, which is unfortunate, but do your best. Again here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then connect the top ones. Okay, so for this side over here, this side is a bit weird. Just replace this stair with a calcite block and then bring it out 1. Place 1 down here, and then that should be this side done. It's going to look a little weird, it's going to connect a little weird, but you'll just have to put up with that. And that is the roofs done. Now we will go into the interior, and I can give you a few interior inspiration ideas. Okay, so for the entrance, it's as simple as finding the middle block, or the middle of this build, And these 3 blocks here, place 3 trapdoors facing outwards on top of those, and then I guess thicken those with another 3 trapdoors on the outside, like that. And then you can come in with spruce stairs facing towards the middle, a slab and a trapdoor, and that sort of forms a nice archway. Grab your stripped spruce, and when we come inside, as far as the basement goes, you don't have to decorate the basement, but it is nice to add a staircase and some things like that. So if you clear out the floor, I'm going to decorate with gravel and andesite, then texture with gravel, just like that, and then you have your basement. Also, if you want, you can put the same doorway design on the inside, just so it sort of walls off the weird spruce logs, and there's sort of a border for it. Just like that. And for this roof, floor up here, I guess it's a roof too, you can just use slabs all the way around. For this level up here, you can bring in spruce planks all the way around this spruce border, and then you can fill this in to create the floor for the next level. And if you want, you can just continue that ladder up to here, and this is quite a large attic space that you have to work with up here. Bring this wall out one more so that you have a 2x3 entrance, and just add a little border like that, just so you've sort of got a defined area where you can come down, and maybe with a little step down like that. For this second floor as well, same deal. Come round with spruce planks on the spruce border, and I will just light these rooms for now. I was not planning on doing a tutorial for the interior. There's not much like space in here, but I will do an interior. I will come back and I will show you what I have come up with and give you a few tips on creating your own interior. But until then, the only other thing I have to say is, if you really wanted, you could get rid of this roof and just have an open plan sort of tall building. If you wanted to fit more into your space, you could definitely leave this open. Anyway, I will go plan the interior and I will see you then. Rightio, we have finished the interior for this cozy build we've done here today, this Christmas special, and let's go inside and take a look. Obviously outside we've got some logs piled up here using ladders and rails to sort of tie them down, but let's go inside because that's what you're here for. Here we have some dark oak logs presumably being cut up with wood chips flying everywhere. Over on the other side we have a meat rack utilizing extinguished campfires, some trapdoors and some raw meat, stocking up for winter, you could say. And if we go up this ladder, here we are in the main room with the Christmas tree. This took forever to get right. We've got the presents down here with the leather caps and armor stands, the stone fireplace in the corner. We've got a hanging lantern, some bookshelves, and a cookie over here on this bench. I really love the bright Christmassy vibe that this room is bringing, and definitely a cool room. I have raised the ceiling up one, if you noticed. If we come down here, we have the bedroom with a lot of the necessities, chest, storage, crafting table, and obviously the bed. Quite a nice room down here too, with lots of views and some trapdoors with pots. Take one last look at the Christmas tree because we are moving up to the attic. This is the potion brewing lab slash wizardy area with some candles and pickles and heads and whatnot. Over here we have the study area where this person is supposedly writing a book. Let's see what they were writing about. Oh, very knowledgeable, obviously. Which, by the way, if you unsubscribe, check if you are, consider it. Today might be the day to spread the Christmas spirit, that Christmas cheer, and support this channel. Please, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, leave a like on this video, and until next time, Merry Christmas, stay frosty.